I've got some. You've got them in front of you as well. Some third place playoff matches, right? I don't remember any of them. I'll go through some of the biggest. The 2018 World Cup, England against Belgium, we lost 2-0. No, I know we played them twice.
I do remember that.
Okay, I remember the first game that we played them was in the group, and we wanted to lose, so in theory we'd have a better route to the final. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And we did lose. I don't remember that one. The only one I remember, I don't think it's down here. No, I remember. I can't remember the year. It's when we played Italy in a World Cup playoff, third place. It's not. I can't. It's just pointless.
On this list, I mean, there's a fair few of them I can remember, but obviously one that I do remember more than anything is 2002. Because obviously South Korea had an unbelievable run to almost to go out. Because I think they beat Italy in 2002. They beat some big hitters.
Yeah.
And then they went out, and then obviously they came fourth. But that was because it was in Korea as well. That's one I do remember.
Okay, let
Turkey
me
were a good side.
ask you this question, right? Does it mean something to Turkey coming third? Because to England and England fans, it means nothing.
Yeah, it does. I think if South Korea had come third or Turkey, that's a massive achievement.
I agree with that. Actually,
no one would have given them the a chance of finishing third. But even the 2014 where Holland smashed Brazil, I remember that. Brazil was just throwing a towel in.
Yeah.
Because I think they got battered by Germany. I think absolutely annihilated by Germany. Sevens, I think. Yeah. And then that game there was just like...
See, Italy have beaten Netherlands 3-2, right?
Yeah.
In the third place playoff. Mean nothing to the players. How would you feel playing in that game?
Well, for me, I'd think about it as another cap.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously I was trying to get...
But if you won it, you wouldn't be like, oh, we've won the third place.
No, because I think when you're a nation like England, and I get it, England, and maybe it's a bit of English arrogance, but England fans always expect England to win it, even though most tournaments I don't think they will, but people back them. I think for a nation like England who've only won it once, still, if they come third in the World Cup, people are like, all right, doesn't really mean much, does it? But for sides, I think third place players are good for sides like Morocco or South Korea, Turkey. Do you know what I mean these teams that haven't tasted international glory? Yeah. I think it's good for them.
Here's one for you. Right? I'm surprised this hasn't even been talked about. What would happen if they introduced a third place player for the Champions League?
Nah, don't want that.
No, I don't want it, but it's another game for them. It's another way of making money. Would you like to see that?
No, because...
Let me ask the question. Anyone like to see third place playoff?
No.
No? Everyone's saying no. We all hate third place playoff. Yeah, the question is saying.
Third place is at World Cups and things like that because you get maybe a team from a different continent.
I bet someone from UEFA is listening and they're probably gone, Goldstein stumbled on something there. I bet third place is introduced.
No, not in Champions League.
It'd be awful, wouldn't it?
Awful.
A waste of time. FA Cup, remember? Imagine that League Cup third place playoff.
Sure, we're sitting there now and we're going, I would hate it, but I'd still watch it.
I fast forward 2 years and I go, don't forget, of course, talkSPORT brings you live coverage of that third place
playoff.
Oh, we'll be there. We love it. Josh is an Everton fan. Hello, Josh.
Yeah, good evening, lads. How are we?
We're good. Not good evening yet. Where are you in the world?
Well, it's 20 to 5. That's good enough for me.
Is it? What time does your evening start?
Well, 4-ish, I would say. Like the day starts like winding down at this point for me anyway. But
all right, okay. Evening.
It's only just starting for you, though, isn't it? You've got 2.5 hours left. But anyway, the reason I'm ringing...
Oh, okay, sorry.
We're on the subject of this third place playoff, and I've obviously been a fan of the women's game for quite a while. And I believe the 2015 third place that England got set the platform for what we're seeing now. It's all right saying last year, the Euros were fantastic and all the rest of it, but there has to be some sort of foundation put in place. And I feel as though, even though it was a bronze medal, it was still some sort of material success for the media to get behind and for people who'd never before seen the women's game at that sort of level in terms of 9 million or something watched the Japan semi-final.
So from the point of view of publicity, you think it's a good thing? Yeah,
and of course, like they had this run with Germany where they couldn't get over the line against Germany, 6-2 in the Euros in 2009, for an example. So they got that monkey off the back, defeating Germany. It sort of proved that they could beat a so-called top nation.
Okay. What about then?
Even though it was in the third place playoff, of course, odds,
Okay, it's an interesting point, Josh. What about if it was introduced into the men's game? And I joked about it just moments ago about the League Cup. If Everton had to play, if they got to the semi-finals of the League Cup and then they were playing for third place, would you get behind them? Would it mean anything to you?
I think in terms of what I'm talking about, though, fellas, it's a bit of a flawed argument because like the women's game needs that publicity, that promotion. Whereas the men's game's already established. And I think even sides like Liverpool and Man City, if they're perfectly honest, like the League Cup's not high up their priority list at all. As much as City win it most years, I don't think if you said to Guardiola, what's your priority for this season, it's a Champions League, maybe Premier League, and at a push, if you get them one or the other, the FA Cup, you know what I mean? But whereas like what I'm talking about is creating this lasting legacy.